I'm Marvin Stewart, sales rep for PhyoGen Cottonseed in Southwest Georgia. I don't look like, I don't sound like Dr. Brown. He had another commitment, so I'm the fill-in. So he got the second string. I do have a couple things going for me. I did stay at Holiday Inn Express last night, and I do have Dr. Brown's slides. So anyhow. All right, just our full lineup of varieties of the PhyoGen line. We've got we've got several new varieties, and when we say new, you've had a chance to touch or feel some of these varieties the last couple of years, but we do have for the 444, 487, and 552. We've got pretty good. Well, I'd say we've had full launch of these varieties in 2016. 499 has been, it's kind of been the mainstay of the PhyoGen line, but now, we've got a number of varieties to partner with the 499, with two varieties kind of rising to the top. I think floating to the top couple stars, the PhyoGen 333 and the PhyoGen 444. When you think of PhyoGen, I hope you think about one, vigor, tremendous vigor with the PhyoGen line. Again, that's where it all gets started, getting it out of the ground. High yields and high quality. Speaking of vigor, just we know that this is just looking at all the cool and warm germs for 3 years worth of all the commercial seed that lots that we had. And the industry standard is 60% for cool, 80% for warm, and you can see that with our cools more like high 80s and warm germs in the mid 90s. So, this is all third-party data from Mississippi State. But the bottom line is, that you can equate if you've got good, you've got good cool germ as a strong indication of good vigor. And what this means to you is, again, you plant, avoid expensive replants, and then also as far as, with the PhyoGen, is plant and don't overplant. Plant the right amount of seed because they're going to come up. All right, again, that full list of varieties, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on just a few of these. One, the PhyoGen 444, which we're very excited about. It's mid-full. It's very vigorous. It's vigorous growing, not quite as vigorous as the 499. Large seed, but excellent. Again, comes out of the ground. It's less aggressive as far as 333 or 499. It is a smooth leaf and with excellent turnout. But then really the high yields, and we'll show a little bit of the data, but high yields, but a stable in that 39 to 40 range, and Mike in that 3.6 to 4.0, which again I'll go out on a limb that it's almost impossible to high Mike with PhyoGen 444. Just looking a little bit of data, number of trials across the U.S. You can see, comparing 499 and comparable yields to 499. But then also though, if we look at again, this is 177 trials, average table of 39.4, average Mike 3.9, where you see 499 around 30, just under 37 and 4.66. So again, exceptional quality with the 444. And that, again, that's from data, but also farmer reports back that we're getting, and looking at gen sheets for a number of farmers that tried 444 last year, showing us that same result. This is Dr. Brown's innovation trials, just comparing to a standard that was in all his trials, 444 versus the 1553, and a couple things that this slide brings out. One is again, excellent yields, but then also you can see where we harvested in September and October versus when we got into November and December, and I think you saw that in your own fields. But all varieties as a group, we lost yield with this delayed harvest season. So anyway, just again looking at looking at this fiber quality again, just another cut of it. 444, almost 200. Let's go back. here. 200 trials. Again, the average staple length and mic, and 499 over about 1,000 trials. And just to the point, this is Dr. Brown's six of his locations, and across Dr. Brown's trials, the average staple of a 40.3, and these were his trials in Georgia. So why 444? Really boils down to it's going to come out of the ground. It's pretty easy to manage. We'll talk a little more about PGRs later, but as far as it's not quite as aggressive as a 499. High yield and excellent quality. 333. This is done extremely well. It's extremely versatile variety. Whether you're planting it early or planting it late in a double crop situation, or if you're just excellent yields, very stable variety across a number of environments, whether it's dry land or irrigated. But it is an early variety, but it's very vigorous. It's a tall growing early variety. So but it's with good turnout. And again, as I mentioned already, has done excellent in both irrigated and dry land. And again, very versatile, whether it was planted a double crop behind vegetables, or planted as a full season variety. And just looking at the yields compared to 499, you can see the 333. In a number of trials, both in the U.S. and in Georgia, slight bump over the 499, and then also not quite the staple length and mic that we saw with the 444, but an improvement in quality with the 333. So why 333? We are talking again. It's going to come out of the ground, and that's again start the ball game off right, and then you can plant it early. It's very stress tolerant. And then it's got improved fiber quality, and again, it either fits that irrigated or dry land, or you can plant it and make a crop planting it late in a double crop situation. Okay, a few comments about root knot and nematode, and our root knot and nematode varieties. We've got two that we're featuring, which would be the 427, which we call our second generation. Which is a two gene resistance to root knot and nematode, and then 487, which we're calling our third generation. But again, these are both two gene resistance, and what we found, I think, in which a couple of slides will show that extremely high level of resistance to root knot, but the 487 is a more aggressive growing variety, and it's a mid-full versus 427. It's a 400 series, but it really should be numbered more 300. It's a little earlier than the number. Again, that's a little bit of a crapshoot when you give it a number. But the 487 being a fuller and more aggressive looks to be very well fit for Georgia. And then just again looking at what resistance brings, you can. On this slide, you can see this is 499, which would be a susceptible variety. When we had the untreated versus telone, there's a big jump where we've done, using the premier nematicidal treatment. But with the 427, this is some data I think out of Kimmerite's work here in Tifton. But you can see that there was really no response to a nematicide with the 427 in this trial. And then kind of support the comment I made earlier that that I think the 487 is going to be is going to be a little better fit, higher yielding. Again, that aggressive plant and that mid-full scenario that does well in Georgia. And we're looking, and really this resistance that we're seeing, it can be when we do some and look at do the counts on nematodes at the end of the season, we can see up to 90% reduction in nematodes. As far as reproduction, again, the nematodes aren't reproducing, and that's almost at the level of a rotational crop. So there could be some long-term implications on that as well, as far as trying to control southern ringworm. 552. This is our true full season. It's got great seeding vigor. It's an upright, aggressive grower, and it complements the rest of our line. If you're looking for a full season variety with very good yield and quality. Just I mentioned we talked a little bit about PGRs. But if we're looking at it, like a 427 would be in our conservative range. Our more moderate would be 444 or 487. As far as a moderate PGR program, and then we'd get a little more aggressive, not quite as 333 would be a little bit aggressive there, but even more so, our more aggressive programs with 499, 552, and then 495 is a wide stripe 3, has a 3 gene BT in a mid-full. Just a couple comments about Enlist. We have Enlist cotton has been deregulated, so there will be limited quantity for sale. It'll be with several growers. We kind of call it a strategic launch. We do not have the Enlist Duo label, but I just got an email a few seconds ago that we have the Enlist Duo label for corn and soybeans. And anyways, and we kind of we thought that was going to be vacated, but that is not. Anyways, we do that for that label is in place for the corn and soybeans in those states where we're labeled. So this little twist that just came out just minutes ago. But anyways, the Enlist trait will bring to cotton. It will bring 2,4-D. Full tolerance to 2,4-D and glufosinate, and then also be paired with Roundup Flex. So that is the Enlist trait. And then, as I mentioned, the Enlist Duo is the product. That's our 2,4-D choline product. That is, that's a new 2,4-D. You've heard of them, 2,4-D amine and 2,4-D ester. With choline is our low volatility product. So, anyways, so just stay tuned for more information on that. Anyways, I appreciate y'all being here this afternoon. The crowd's a little thinner, so you guys are the folks that hung in there, and I appreciate that very much. Appreciate you being here.